You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Just keep walking and you'll stay healthy. But what if I told you that advice is only half the truth? I used to believe it too. I watched my father walk every morning, rain or shine. He thought it was the secret to aging well. But then I saw something shift. He began struggling with everyday tasks, lost strength in his hands, and feared falling. Later, I noticed the same signs in myself. That's when I realized after 70, walking alone is no longer enough. In today's video, I want to gently walk you through 5 powerful truths most people never hear about walking after 70 and what your body truly needs instead. We'll explore why too much walking can accelerate aging, stiffen joints, weaken posture, and slowly steal away your strength and stability. More importantly, I'll show you what to do instead. Simple, low-impact habits that protect your joints, improve balance, and help you stay independent. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and if you find yourself nodding along, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It helps more people over 70 find content that truly supports their health and longevity. Let's begin. Number 1. Walking doesn't build the muscles you need to stay strong. For most of our lives, we've been told that walking is the best way to stay healthy as we age. It's gentle, simple, and accessible. But what if I told you that walking alone might actually leave you weaker over time? This isn't to scare you, far from it. It's to shine a light on something most people over 70 are never told. Your muscles need more than just steps. The truth is, after the age of 70, your body enters a new phase. It begins to lose muscle mass at a faster rate in a process called sarcopenia. This isn't just about strength, it's about independence. When your muscles shrink and weaken, even basic movements like standing from a chair or lifting a grocery bag can feel surprisingly difficult. Walking simply isn't enough to stop this process because it doesn't offer the resistance your muscles need to stay active and engaged. You may already feel it without realizing why. Do you need your hands to push yourself up from a chair now? Do jars feel harder to open? These are not random signs of aging. They're subtle alarms from your body. They're telling you that your muscle power is slipping away. But here's the good news. It's never too late to change course. Let me tell you about Robert. He's 74 and used to walk every morning believing that was enough. But one day, he couldn't lift a box that used to feel light. Standing up from his couch became a chore. At first, he blamed age. Then his doctor explained that walking alone wasn't building his strength. It was maintaining mobility, but not preventing muscle loss. Robert started simple. Seated squats, resistance bands, light dumbbells. No gym, no complex routines. Within a few months, he felt stronger, more balanced, and less tired by midday. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't even need to leave your home. Start small. Grab a sturdy chair and practice standing without your hands. Lift a small water bottle a few times. The key is gentle resistance, done regularly. Think of it like watering a plant, just enough, but often. Because in this stage of life, muscle isn't just about motion, it's about freedom. And walking may carry you forward, but it won't carry your strength. So if you've noticed everyday tasks becoming harder, now's the time to take them back. Not with more miles, but with mindful, simple strength. Let's keep going. Number 2, walking doesn't train your balance, and that's when falls begin. Most people assume that walking keeps their balance sharp. After all, if you're upright and moving, isn't that enough? But here's something you may not have heard. Walking alone doesn't actually train your balance. It's repetitive and predictable, meaning it doesn't engage the smaller stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and core that keep you from falling. This might surprise you, but the risk of falling doesn't come only from weak legs. It often comes from a body that's lost its ability to react to the unexpected. After 70, your reflexes naturally slow, and if you haven't actively trained your stability, one small misstep can change everything. You might already be seeing the signs without connecting the dots. Have you recently stumbled stepping off a curb? Do you feel uneasy reaching for something high? Or perhaps you've caught yourself needing to hold onto furniture just to put on your socks. These moments may seem minor, but they are whispers from your body telling you your balance is slipping. And they often go ignored until one day they don't. That's what happened to Edward, 76. A proud, active man, he never worried about falling. But one afternoon, as he stepped off the last stair on his porch, his foot caught slightly. He lost his balance and almost fell. That close call shook him. When he told his doctor, she explained that walking was good, but not enough to keep his balance sharp. She recommended simple exercises that train control and stability, like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe in a line, and gently shifting weight from side to side. Edward took it seriously. Every morning before breakfast, he'd practice, in the hallway with one hand on the wall. After just 2 weeks, he noticed a difference, not just physically, but mentally. He moved with more confidence. That's the true gift of balance, not just safety, but freedom. If you're unsure where you stand, try this. Go to your kitchen counter, stand beside it, and lift one foot off the floor. Can you hold for 10 seconds without wobbling or grabbing on? If not, it's okay, but it's time to begin. You don't need a gym or special tools. You need only the will to protect your freedom of movement. Because in your 70s and beyond, balance isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. Let's keep moving forward. Number 3. Walking makes your joints stiffer over time. Walking may seem like the perfect exercise, gentle, rhythmic, familiar, but what many people over 70 don't realize is that walking alone can actually make your joints feel stiffer, not looser. It sounds surprising, even unfair. After all, you've been told to keep moving to stay young. But here's the deeper truth. Movement only helps when it's varied, when it opens the body instead of repeating the same pattern again and again. Walking uses the same range of motion every day. It doesn't stretch your joints in different directions, nor does it engage the tissues that keep your mobility fluid. Over time, without intentional flexibility work, joints tighten. And when your joints stiffen, your independence shrinks with them. Think about it. Is it harder now to turn your head when backing out of a driveway? Do your knees resist when you reach to tie your shoes? Are your shoulders less willing when you try to put on a coat? These moments are quiet signals, your body telling you that stiffness is starting to take hold. That's exactly what happened to Walter, a 78-year-old who walked daily, rain or shine. He believed he was doing everything right, but slowly, everyday tasks began to feel harder. Reaching down became awkward. Bending to pick something up required more effort. He mentioned it casually to his doctor, who asked him to perform a few simple mobility checks. The result was clear. His joints weren't the problem, his movement patterns were. He wasn't stretching, rotating, or using his full range of motion. So he started small. Every morning before his walk, he'd roll his shoulders, twist gently, at the waist, rotate his ankles and tilt his neck side to side. It took just 5 minutes, but within weeks, Walter noticed something incredible. Less stiffness, smoother movements, and better posture. If you want to test yourself today, stand. Tall and slowly turn your head to the right, then to the left. Do you feel tightness, resistance? That's your cue. And the good news is, you don't need a yoga mat or fancy routine. Just commit to daily dynamic movements that awaken your body's natural range. Flexibility is not lost overnight. It fades slowly when left unused. And just like a door hinge, joints get rusty when they aren't moved enough. So let's keep them oiled. Let's keep them free. You deserve to move through the day with ease, not effort. Let's keep going. Number 4, walking doesn't protect your posture. It lets your back weaken. We often think of walking as a total body activity, something that keeps every part of us active and strong. But here's something few people talk about. Walking does little to protect your posture, and in some cases, it can even allow it to worsen. That's because while your legs are in motion, your core muscles, the ones in your abdomen and lower back, remain largely underused. And those muscles are the foundation of good posture. As we age, these core muscles weaken silently. You may start to notice yourself slouching more, or catching your reflection and realizing you're leaning forward more than you used to. At first you think it's just age, gravity, or maybe a bad day. But in reality, it's a sign that your posture is deteriorating due to neglect. Good posture isn't just about looking upright. It protects your spine, distributes your weight evenly, and prevents back and joint pain. Without strong core muscles, your body starts compensating in unhealthy ways. Shoulders roll forward. Your lower back carries more strain, and you start putting pressure on your knees and hips. These changes don't just affect how you look, they affect how you feel and how stable you are when you move. If standing upright for long periods makes you tired, or if your lower back starts to ache after a short walk, it's likely your posture is faltering. Try this test. Stand with your back against a wall. Are your head, shoulders, and hips touching the surface comfortably, or do you feel like you need to force yourself into position? Let me tell you about Harold, 75, who always stayed active through walking. Yet over time, he started to notice his shoulders rounding and his back aching more often. His doctor pointed out that walking wasn't training the deep, stabilizing muscles in his trunk. So Harold began a simple daily habit. He'd do pelvic tilts while seated, wall stands to realign his posture, and light abdominal bracing to activate his core. The transformation was slow, but steady. Within weeks, Harold stood taller, breathed better, and noticed that his walks felt lighter, less like a task and more like freedom. You don't need intense workouts to rebuild your posture. Just a few minutes a day of intentional movement can reconnect you with the muscles that keep you upright and strong. Because the way you carry yourself affects everything, from how you walk to how you feel. Let's keep going. Number 5. Walking puts wear and tear on your joints without cushioning them. Walking has always been seen as the safest form of movement, especially as we age. But what most people over 70 aren't told is that relying on walking alone can slowly wear down your joints, especially when done daily without variation. The impact may be low, but it's repetitive, meaning the same joints absorb pressure over and over again. And as we age, our joints lose natural cushioning. Cartilage becomes thinner, joint fluid decreases, ligaments stiffen. When this happens, the gentle walk you've always trusted can become the very thing that causes knee pain, hip discomfort, or aching ankles. Think about how your body feels after a long walk. Do your knees feel sore? Do your hips feel stiff? Does your lower back protest every step? These aren't random signs of aging. They are early warnings from your joints, and if you ignore them, they only get louder. That's exactly what happened to Raymond, 77. He walked every day, proud of his routine, but slowly he started waking up with stiff knees. After walks, he'd feel tightness in his back and a dull ache in his feet. At first, he chalked it up to age, but a visit to his physical therapist opened his eyes. His joints weren't being supported. Walking without strength or flexibility work had become too much of the same. The recommendation was simple: reduce daily mileage slightly and introduce low-impact alternatives like swimming, cycling, and gentle chair stretches. Raymond followed through. Twice a week, he replaced walking with light water aerobics and seated mobility exercises. Within a month, the difference was striking: less pain, more energy, and movement that felt smooth instead of forced. If you're unsure whether your joints need attention, try this. Sit in a firm chair and stand up slowly. Do your knees feel tight? Does your back tense as you rise? These are clues. Your body is asking for more than steps. It's asking for care through variety, through gentler movement, through choices that cushion instead of compress. The truth is, healthy joints are what carry you through the years. Walking should support them, not strain them. And the way to do that is to mix in motion that gives your body a break while still keeping it alive. Because at this stage of life, it's not just about moving more, it's about moving smarter. Let's keep going. Conclusion. So let's come back to the truth. Walking, while helpful, is not enough to keep you strong, steady, and independent after 70. It doesn't stop muscle loss. It doesn't train your balance. It doesn't improve posture, flexibility, or joint protection. And in some cases, it may even speed up aging, quietly, gradually, without warning. But here's the empowering part. You're not helpless. Small changes, done daily, can shift everything. Gentle strength training, balance exercises, light stretching, posture resets, and joint-friendly movements are not just nice to have. They are essential. They give your body what walking alone can't: support, stability, and longevity. You don't need a gym. You don't need heavy weights. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to understand what your body truly needs in this season and start there. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What part of this video spoke to you the most? Have you experienced stiffness, balance issues, or back pain after your usual walks? Leave a comment below and share your story. Your experience may help someone else who needs this guidance today. And remember, no matter your age, you still have power. Power to move better, power to feel better, power to live stronger, starting now.